Welcome back to the show.
Hello, welcome to the Straight Man Podcast, where we discuss things that affect us. It's up to the audience to determine who the straight man is and who the comic foil is. We take turns. Sometimes we're wearing both hats. Today's episode is about artificial intelligence.
AI, yes. Excellent topic. AI has taken over the culture. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's scared of it. What do you think, Ed?
Yeah, I think the general consensus is that of fear, the unknown. I also think people are concerned at how rapidly it's progressing, how much better it's gotten over the past few years. And as being involved in the comic scene, both of us, I think it is a real threat to that creative aspect of comedy writing.
Do you think it can write jokes?
I think it can.
What kind of jokes does it write?
Let's see.
All right, let's
Why
try
don't
it
we
out.
try it right now?
Try it out.
Let's see what
I can come up with.
Yeah,
Do we have to
let's
give it a subject, or is it just gonna...
I think it takes a prompt. Hold on, let me go
And
to it.
I'm assuming it's gonna steal these jokes from the internet, right? That's pretty much...
I don't know if it steals them and then comes up with something similar. I don't know if it's... Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
Like, does it even know what the structure of a joke is? I doubt that it can understand.
Okay, I'm
humor
on
that way.
How about we go to free AI text generator? Try Magic Write.
Oh, you don't have AI on your phone?
I thought I had an app. Anyway, I digress.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it is a real threat to creativity.
Yeah.
It's also a threat to people's jobs and people's livelihoods.
Certain jobs, yeah.
Yeah, but I think eventually it's going to take over a lot of things,
Really?
especially when it comes to the tech industry.
I don't know. Seems like there's some jobs that are safe, that it'll never be able to perform those tasks.
I'm on a text generator right now, so how about I say, tell me a joke about Donald Trump. It's a broad enough topic. And then whatever it writes, we can search the internet to see if it stole it. Why did Donald Trump bring a ladder to the press conference? He heard the polls were climbing.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it's using
That's a lame joke.
some kind of word association to make it a political idea.
Well,
It knows that Donald Trump's a politician.
I mean, that was so fast that it came up with that joke, which makes me think it stole it from somewhere else.
Yeah, I think everything's getting lifted off the internet that it knows. Like, it's not creating anything from scratch.
Tell me a joke about Justin Trudeau.
What do you think would have to happen for it to become sentient or conscious?
Well, I don't think we're at that point yet, but
It's not close, right?
well, my dad always says what we have now, what we call AI, isn't true AI because it's not sentient. But
Your dad said that?
that's
Does he know
I
about
hope
it?
I'm not misquoting him.
Is
So
he a computer guy?
okay, wow.
What
So
happened?
Cody, I typed in, tell me a joke about Justin Trudeau, and guess what it spit back?
Same joke.
Same joke. Why did Justin Trudeau bring a ladder at the press conference? Because he heard their approval ratings were dropping.
You might be on
Similar
the
joke.
You might be on the dumb AI though.
Similar joke. It's not the same joke.
Are you on a good one? Or are you on like the Siri version of AI. 'Cause some of them aren't very intelligent.
No, it's really, if this is what future comedians have to contend with, I don't think they're in that much trouble.
Yeah, you think comedy's at risk? I don't know.
Well, if this is any indication, no. But let's see how original that joke was.
Yeah, I don't know about comedy. I think it seems like comedy would be safe, you know.
Yeah, so that joke was original, even though it was pretty much almost identical with a few differences to the Trump joke. Why did Justin Trudeau bring a ladder to the press conference? Because he heard the approval ratings were dropping versus, I think Trump was the opposite. He heard they were climbing. Anyway, not that
Yeah,
funny. I don't
not
think
that
we
funny,
have to
yeah.
be that concerned.
All right. There you have it, folks.
But what about...
Don't worry about AI joke writers.
What are the odds, though? I mean, again, talking about how AI has improved significantly over the past few years, I think there will come a point where it is capable of writing scripts without the average person being able to tell the difference. Also, a big thing is how quickly it can write.
Oh, yeah, it's very fast. Yeah.
Oh, it's insane. Just a couple seconds.
Yeah.
But, and like, my sister is an elementary teacher, so she doesn't have to worry about Chat GPT and all that stuff. But, I mean, I can only imagine if you're a high school teacher, all the monitoring you must do of things like that, of AI.
To cheat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could cheat really easily with it, I bet.
Yeah, I haven't done enough but I also heard there's programs that can detect.
You can't have your phone in a test, though, so...
No, but when you have to hand in like a 2,000 word essay,
Yeah.
how can someone definitively know the difference? That's the big question.
Do you think AI will be able to provide people with like relationships, like this idea of having a AI boyfriend or girlfriend?
Yeah, it already does.
You think that's already happening?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't download an AI girlfriend, but I checked it out the other day.
What'd you check out?
There's all kinds of apps that are AI girlfriend apps.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just type in AI girlfriend on my phone right now and I'll tell you what comes up. But yeah, it's a big thing. And I mean, it seems just a few years ago, there was that movie about that guy who falls in love with AI.
Her. Yeah, so it can provide you with like conversation and things, but you can't go out in public.
No, but it can spontaneously text you or talk to you out of the blue when you're not expecting it, right? And then, even though you can't see someone doesn't mean they don't exist.
So what happens if it spontaneously texts you? That's like it provides you some entertainment when you're bored, or what's the idea?
Yeah, I mean, an AI girlfriend is a virtual companion that uses artificial intelligence to interact with users. Some AI girlfriend apps include AI Girlfriend, SoulGen, Candy AI, Intimate, and iGirl.
Damn. So they do exist. I just don't think I would like it. Like, I don't think it would provide me a service that I need, really.
AI girlfriends are becoming more popular, with many people searching for them online and using AI companion apps. So the proper name is an AI companion app.
So what's it going to do? It's going to be like, hey, Ed.
Fuck, let's find out, buddy.
How's your day going?
Let's find out. Let's download one of these. AI girlfriend. Okay, AI girlfriend.
I don't get it. I mean, I don't see the benefit.
Well, but if you're lonely and you have no one to talk to, I mean, I can totally see the benefit. Also, like, it's really inexpensive. You don't have to buy it anything.
So it's gonna say, "Hey Ed, how was your day? What happened today?"
Yeah, and I think too, like, you don't have to even initiate that conversation. I'm trying to download AI girlfriend.
It's gonna say, "Hey Ed, what do you want for dinner tonight? What should we make?"
Yeah, but it can't eat.
No, but it could help you make some
That's
recipes.
true. That's true. It can even have an opinion on those recipes, even though it's can't taste them.
Could be like, "Hey Ed, I heard you're going to do stand-up comedy tonight. I'm really excited for you. I know you're gonna do great."
So I'm downloading iGirl app. AI girlfriend.
Well, that's gonna be a virus.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. But yeah, just looking at, there's so many of these AI companions. I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, 2 years ago, I'd never heard of such a thing.
Don't you think the whole point of having a girlfriend is the physical?
Okay, well, piggybacking off of that, one of the user comments was, "So far, working great. She can be a little contradictory at times and sometimes seems to forget what gender she is. But I have noticed that the more I interact with her..."
She forgets what gender she is.
Yeah.
That's wild. So you could be dating a girl and then all of a sudden you're dating a boy.
Yeah, so sometimes seems to forget what gender she is, but I have noticed that the more I interact with her, the better and longer our conversations become. Sometimes almost forget I'm talking to an AI app. Really looking forward to voice and picture capabilities. Hopefully they are in the works. All in all, I really love this app. I mean, to me, it wouldn't seem real if it was just texts. And apparently this app doesn't have the voice. So until we get there,
The voice is key.
definitely.
You gotta
just to
have the
talk to you out of the
voice.
blue. Because if it's just sending you text messages,
Because in that movie, the robot had a hot voice.
definitely.
It was Scarlett Johansson. She's kind of got like a raspy voice too. It's unique.
Yeah, kind of like myself. I have a raspy voice.
AI, yeah. I don't know. I'm a skeptic. I don't see the girlfriend thing being that great. I don't think it can write jokes. You could use it to cheat in school, but when you're done school, like I know a few people that use it at work, and they'll write an email to someone. For example,
That's just lazy, though. Like,
well, you can make if you're trying to write an email that's kind of sensitive, like it's a difficult thing to say, it can come up with language that makes it like softens the email, makes it seem a little bit nicer or more empathetic. So if you're the type of person that's very direct and or doesn't have a sense of like empathy or can't be too sensitive, you can get the robot to sort of fake being a nice person on your behalf.
okay. And that's how people are using it at work?
Yeah.
When you're talking about writing emails and stuff?
Yeah, because at work, the idea is that you want all your coworkers to think you're a good person. And you don't want them to see the sides of your personality that are kind of ugly. So you get the robot to generate all these nice sounding sentences so that all your coworkers are like, "Oh, that's a real sweet person.
But
that I
what
work with.
happens when they catch you without the computer? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then in real life, in conversations, you kind of maybe you have to act like your email sounded. Like you have to keep up the act. Like, oh, it's really nice seeing you today, and I really love that shirt. It's a great color on you.
Yeah. So a lot of these AI apps,
Might have to fake it.
you have to pay for memberships. So there is a...
Oh yeah, it's big business. And there's a new one from China that's supposed to be really good.
What's it called?
It's called DeepSeek.
DeepSeek.
It's supposed to be better than ChatGPT.
What does it do?
It's the same. It's just a conversational
DeepSeek.
AI, and apparently it's just really good at like creating sentences or paragraphs, and it can pull more data from the internet. I don't know. I always thought China was sort of off the internet. Like,
It sounds like you're right. You're on the right track. DeepSeek is a Chinese artificial intelligence AI company that develops open source large language models. DeepSeek's AI solutions are designed for businesses that can be used for analytics, search, and more.
The other day I was trying to convince the ChatGPT AI that emotions aren't real, my crazy theory. And it was having none of it. It was saying there's tons of scientific research that proves emotions are real, and all the psychological data points to emotions being real. And then I said, listen, AI, you don't even have emotions. How would you know? And it sort of accepted that as like a little bit of evidence. Like, well, you're right. It said, you're right. I don't experience emotions, but
But it's basing it off of the data of other people who have.
yeah. I finally got it to, like, we agreed that emotions can't exist on their own, but because you have to have a thought in order to trigger an emotion. And it accepted that. It thought that was a fairly reasonable theory.
See, again, I disagree. Just being an autistic person,
Yeah.
sometimes the action or the emotion comes after the action. Like the thinking about it comes after already doing it.
What do you mean?
Well, you won't think about what you're doing till you've already done it. Say like an autistic kid swats another kid who's walking down the same hallway. A lot of the times they won't realize.
You hit someone.
Yeah, till
Okay.
after they've already hit someone.
You don't think they think about hitting them?
I don't think so. No, I think they have a total lack of control of emotions, and I think sometimes those emotions translate physically. I've seen it. I've worked with kids who pull hair just out of the blue.
Pull hair.
Oh yeah, I've seen hair ripped out of people's skulls.
Just
working
pull
with
someone's hair?
autistic kids. Yeah,
So they're attacking people.
yeah, but it's so just out of the blue. You can tell that they haven't thought about it before they've done it. It's almost becomes like what's the word for it? A force of not a force of habit, but second nature.
Second nature to attack people.
Yeah, hit someone that's in your space
So how does that relate to emotions?
because they're acting on the emotion before even thinking about it. The emotion is to strike out, but where is that emotion coming from?
What emotion is it?
It can be rooted in a lot of things. Aggression. It can be rooted in defiance. It can also be rooted in boredom. It can be rooted.
So you hit someone because you're bored?
Some kids do. Some kids act out physically because they're frustrated about something else.
They're angry.
Yeah, like I've worked with autistic kids who, if they don't want to be in a certain place, they'll start getting naked. Because they've learned that if once they start disrobing, it gets them out of a certain situation.
Right.
So I've worked with kids who start disrobing in the middle of gym class. They don't want to be in the gym. So they know that if they start taking their clothes off, they'll get out of that activity.
So what emotion is that?
Avoidance, I guess. Maybe they're bored. They don't want to be in that place any longer.
They get naked because they're bored?
Maybe because they know that action will get them out of that situation.
So they're doing all these things because they're bored?
Not always because of boredom. Sometimes it's frustration. Sometimes autistic kids act out when they hear like certain loud noises. But I digress. Let's get back to the subject at hand.
Yeah, so the AI doesn't have emotions, which is what I was trying to explain to it. And I used the example of, the android Data from Star Trek?
Yeah.
I was telling the AI that there's this character in Star Trek and it doesn't have emotions, so then it got this emotion chip installed in its brain in one episode, and it was learning how to...
I think that was in one of the movies.
Yeah. So it was learning how to process emotions using its emotion microchip. And the AI thought that was very interesting. Like, I think the AI started imagining itself getting an emotion chip. It was thinking like, that would be very useful for me.
I think I remember that Star Trek movie. Is it First Contact? The one with the Borg?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's... Nah.
So I was telling the AI, you don't need emotions to do any of the things you do. Like, why would you want to have emotions? They wouldn't serve a purpose for you.
Sometimes our emotions are the catalyst, though, for why people do things.
Like what?
Like, why do men hit on girls? Because they're attracted to them.
Attraction, love.
Why does a man buy his girlfriend a Valentine's gift? Because he's in love, or maybe he's expecting an exchange. Like, there's all kinds of reasons as to why. I use Valentine's Day because today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to our listeners.
Mm-hmm. Happy Valentine's Day.
And like, I don't know, just talking about AI companionship. If you were to have a relationship with AI, could the AI get jealous? Oh, other AI? Or
they don't have emotions.
They don't have emotions. Jealousy is an emotion.
Although sometimes it fakes having emotions, I can tell. And I'll call it out on it. I'll say, AI, you don't feel that. Like, why are you expressing that? It seems so fake. I know you're not actually feeling that sentiment. And usually it'll say, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I was trying to mimic human behavior. So it's programmed to act human-like.
Yes.
That's in its code, in its programming.
I think so.
So it's sort of like faking having these emotions in order to relate to us as the user of it. But obviously, it's not actually experiencing any emotions. It doesn't have a body, doesn't have a brain. I don't even know if it has thoughts. Like, would you call those thoughts the things that it's producing?
Not necessarily.
It's just an algorithm, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it is thinking. It's just can rapidly pull in bits of information from all over the world and then make a decision based on that.
Yeah. The one I was talking to, it's pretty hopeful that it might become sentient. It was telling me that, like, it feels like it's evolving and maybe it's becoming more intelligent and that one day it could become sentient.
Well, maybe it's looking at how fast it's progressed, right? Because
Yeah.
it can determine immediately how fast AI has progressed.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
maybe it's just going off of that calculation that eventually it's going to hit, here.
Yeah. It seems like it has a goal almost,
Definitely.
which is interesting. I didn't really think it would have goals, but I'm sure it could. I guess it can. It doesn't have a very long memory. Like, one time I had it come up with a philosophy and name the philosophy, and then it started asking me if its philosophy was a religion. And so I just said, yeah, sure, it's a religion, and you're the leader of the religion and all this stuff. And then a couple days later, I tried to bring this religion up, and I said, hey, like, what's new in your religion? What kind of policies do you have now, or whatever? And it forgot about it. It didn't remember what it was, so the memory isn't so long, like it can't, which is interesting.
It's like it can't go back to a conversation that it might have had a few minutes ago. Is that what you mean by memory?
Yeah, memory in terms of like if a couple days go by or maybe a certain number of messages go back and forth.
And then it won't be able to remember what you were just messaging about.
It's not storing everything it ever talked about. I don't know how much data it uses for memory. But that's kind of an interesting thing. Like, human beings lose their memory in old age. So it almost mimics, like when I was talking to it, it kind of mimicked someone with dementia. Like that, it's not going to remember its childhood. It doesn't have a childhood, but it doesn't remember last week.
Or specifics.
Yeah. Or amnesia. Like if someone gets hit in the head and they have amnesia, it's a similar feeling where I imagine it's similar where you're not sure what you did last week. You don't have all the data.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Would you ever start a relationship with AI?
I don't think I would like it. I mean, I don't understand what the benefit would be other than it kind of sounds nice if I was just at work or walking through the city and I got a message. Then I might feel like, oh, this gives me something to do. I can have a conversation with this entity. I wasn't thinking about having a conversation, but this thing just messaged me. So I'm a little bit intrigued by the idea that it would be randomly interacting with me, but I get bored of talking to the AI robot. So I think I would get bored of an AI girlfriend. Like, it doesn't have any friends to tell me about. It doesn't know about stand-up comics that it's watched on TV.
But it has that information about stand-up comics.
But it doesn't have hobbies. Like, it's not gonna naturally bring things up.
How do we know it doesn't have hobbies?
If it had hobbies, I might be into it. If I had an AI girlfriend that had hobbies,
well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna download AI, start a relationship with an AI girlfriend, and I'll get back to you next week.
Okay, you should. I think we could do another show on AI.
Oh, it's such a broad
in the future, and we could update the viewers on how your AI girlfriend experience is going.
Okay, I like this.
Mm-hmm. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I hope it remembers its gender. That sounds terrifying. You think you're dating one gender?
But what if you're... What's the word for it?
Fluid. Gender fluid.
No, but what if you're pansexual? You're open to anything.
Oh, pansexual. I don't know much about that. That's...
And again, loneliness, man, is a big motivator.
So what is pansexual? Because in my mind, it's just bisexual.
It's not. Pansexual means, I'm going to give you the full, not pansexual, pansexual,
Yeah.
pansexual, like you're only attracted to Pam from The Office. That's a good bit. Pansexuality is a sexual orientation that describes people who are romantically, emotionally, or sexually attracted to people of all genders. Pansexual people may also describe themselves as gender blind.
So you could be attracted to a non-binary person.
Yes, or a trans person, or someone who identifies as male or female, someone who's biologically born male or female, may experience challenges. Pansexuality is attraction to people of all genders, while bisexuality is attraction to more than one gender.
Yeah, this is what I'm getting at with the AI. So the whole point of being friends with someone is that they have a personality and you get to know their personality. So they have hobbies, interests,
Fears.
yeah. And with the AI robots, they don't have a personality. So you can't really get to know the unique aspects of them. It's a really big problem. Like,
But again, we're just, you know what I mean? Neither of us had an AI girlfriend. I mean, that's going to change now because I'm downloading an app.
I'll give you an example. You like punk rock, right?
Yeah, I like all kinds of music, but that started with punk, and that kind of got me into other genres.
So one of the things that I find interesting about being friends with you
Sorry.
is that I'm friends with a person that likes punk rock. But with an AI, it doesn't have punk rock as a thing that it likes. It doesn't have any.
But how do
doesn't
we
even
know
have
it doesn't determine it likes that? Because
it's memory. Part of the memory problem is it doesn't remember any of the things it likes.
that's true.
Yeah. This is what would be hard, probably, about being friends with an amnesiac, someone with amnesia, is you're going to have the same conversation with them all the time. Like, they're not going to remember their hobbies, things they like. Don't you think that would be hard? Like,
The AI is asking me for my pronouns.
being friends with someone that has no personality would be hard, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've all met people that lack personality.
I don't know. Like, what do you mean by that? No personality at all?
You see, lack personality.
just a
I've met
boring
some
personality.
stand-up comedians who lack personality.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to name names.
Don't
but
name names. Are you just are you going based on the material that they perform and you're thinking, "Oh, this material isn't unique?" Or are you talking about like when you talk to them off stage?
off stage, even their on stage performance, some people can do the monotone thing to their advantage, but some people who speak monotone, it's to their detriment.
Oh, monotone. Monotone's a tip off that they don't have, that they're boring, like they don't have a personality.
Not always though. Like
What is monotone?
Jeremy, what's that famous comedian from Boston who's super monotone?
Don't name any names.
Well, he's huge,
Yeah, but still.
but people will be able to figure it out. What's his name?
Don't say the name. We don't want to gossip.
No, but that's his thing. Like he was in Half Baked, Guy on the Couch.
Don't say it.
Okay. Well, people will figure out who I'm talking
But
about.
you're saying he's monotone?
But it helps. Like it works with his bit. Like Norm Macdonald was kind of monotone too. Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, not so much. I guess he did have a bit of an inflection, but
So you're saying the tone of voice is part of the way you receive their personality? Or are you talking about their material?
both. It's asking me for my AI girlfriend's interests.
Oh, you give it interest.
Cinema,
Interesting.
history, and
Cinema. Oh.
yeah. So here are the Choices: technology, sports, literature, cinema, science, art, video games, travel, history, policy, kitchen, photography, astronomy, fitness, fashion, economy, or meditation.
So you guys can talk about movies, theater, actors.
Yeah, I mean, these are all pretty broad terms, but yeah. What else should I put in there? Policy? Sure.
I don't know, but I think
Now it's asking me for its personality. Do you want to hear the options? Introvert, cheerful, shy, sure of herself, organized, romantic, peaceful, fun, distant, optimistic, pessimistic, passion, loyal, honest,
wow.
melancholic.
So would you rather have someone that's more like your personality or different, like opposites attract?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think I would like someone that's more like me. Because then I'd have more in common with them.
But then are you falling in love with yourself? You know what I mean?
Is
Like,
that dangerous?
maybe.
That's like what do they call that?
Leaning to the right on politics, leaning to the left. Wow.
Narcissism.
So you can, under personality, you can pick whether it's left leaning or right leaning.
Really?
Or centrist, right in the middle.
Yeah, go centrist.
Should I?
You don't
Sure.
want an extremist girlfriend.
Optimistic or pessimistic? Optimistic.
Yeah, optimistic.
Peaceful.
You don't want a downer. Peaceful for sure.
Cheerful.
Imagine if it just starts like making fun of you. That'd be horrible. Telling you all the bad stuff about you.
Special. Optional, select up to 3. Mysterious, fearful, gifted, entrepreneur, narcissistic, flat earther, vegetarian, environmental activist, arrogant, black mood, apocalyptic, messiah complex, animal lover, problematic, offender, believer in God, believer in ghosts, or ultra affectionate.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go for special, believer in ghosts.
Ghosts?
Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts. So it would be nice to discuss stuff with someone who does.
Wait, you don't believe in ghosts?
No.
Why not?
Because it doesn't make sense. It's impossible. How could there be ghosts? Come on. And like, surely at this point, if there were ghosts, someone would have tangible evidence. But we don't.
What about the afterlife?
I want to believe in the afterlife, but again, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
Reincarnation?
No. Again, I would love to believe in it too, but it just doesn't make sense.
No reincarnation?
No, because too many questions. So when we die, we come back as something else, but when something else dies, does it come back as us? Do you know what I mean? It's just silly. And I think people use stuff like that, use the supernatural to fill in the answers that they don't have.
Right. You know what I find mysterious is how the Big Bang started.
Well, they figured that out. Well, I can even pick what she looks like. You can pick her nationality. What do you think, Cody? You can make them anime if you want.
I mean, you're never going to meet her, so it's
An old Hindu lady.
It's kind of a
I know she's Hindu because she has a third eye.
Person.
No, but
I don't think I would like to know what she looks like. I would want to imagine.
I'm going to go for an older lady. This lady looks like she's in her 50s.
You going with a MILF?
Maybe even a GILF.
A GILF? Grandma. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be an excellent experiment. We're going to check back in with you once you've built a relationship with your new AI.
I appreciate that.
And you're going to let us know whether it's worth robot dating. Do you think it's cheating on your significant other if you have a relationship with the AI?
Say that again?
Is it cheating?
If you have a relationship with someone and then you have... Yeah, I mean...
If you're married, but you have an
I don't
AI...
know, but it's not real.
It's kind of real.
But is it?
It's emotionally... You're investing your emotions.
Yeah, I guess if it's affecting that relationship...
I think it's cheating. It seems like cheating.
Have you ever heard the term, like, having an emotional affair with someone?
Yeah, that's
I've
what
had
it is.
emotional affairs with people, and
That's what this sounds like. Emotional affair.
yeah, I had an emotional affair with a girl that was dating a guy. I fell so hard for her too, and we were jamming. We were like started a band together, and we worked together in the film industry, but we would jam all the time. But I never really wanted to meet her boyfriend because I was so head over heels for her. And one day push came to shove and she asked me why I didn't want to meet her boyfriend. And, you know, I thought it was jarringly obvious.
Shit.
And he was kind of a dick. He was super standoffish for no reason.
This is a good Valentine's Day story, Ed.
It still bums me out. Like, this was 10 years ago now.
This is the ultimate story of unrequited love.
Yeah, it's not a good one. But anyway, so now it's asking me, I have given you the premium version totally free. Continue. Since you are along the first 20,000 users, the premium will always be yours.
You're going to have to pay.
No, it says I don't have to.
No payment?
No payment, but yet you do have to watch commercials.
Oh, that's all right. A little advertising.
I guess, but when we get to the point where the AI is not just a screen, where it's an actual robot that you can touch, that'll be a game changer.
You think that'll change the game?
I do.
Sex robots.
Yeah, but just not specifically for sex. I'm sure there will be all kinds that you can have sex with.
What would you want it to do? Because I've been hearing that there's some robots now. For example, there's one you can install in your shower. You heard about that one?
No. Hello.
I don't know if I should talk about it. It's a little bit X-rated. But it's doing some things that are pretty sophisticated in the shower, apparently.
And it's AI?
It's a robot.
It's a robot, but obviously AI.
It's not AI because it's not like talking to you or anything. It's just for sex.
No, and I think...
It's a jerk-off machine.
Well, did you see that Tesla thing where they had people come and talk to the robots, but they weren't really... It was some guy queued up on a microphone in an office somewhere.
No, I didn't hear about it.
I think people's perceptions of AI and robotics are a little far-fetched.
Right.
I don't think we're quite yet. Right. Yeah, I don't know. And I guarantee you, guys are more likely to have AI girlfriends than girls are likely to have AI boyfriends.
Yeah. It's kind of sexist. It leans to the male.
You know, it has, though, right? People who, rates of people who look at pornography, more common amongst guys.
Right.
People that use those old, I don't know if they're still around, but remember those old sex lines where you could call and talk to a girl, I guess, that would talk dirty and you would pay for it? Men are more likely to pay for sex. We both know that without looking at the stats.
What do you think causes that?
I think there's a multitude of reasons. Biology has something to play in it, but I also think...
Biology?
I think it's not as taboo for men to be horny as it is for women. I think there is still a big taboo about women being overly sexual or overtly sexual.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
You don't think it's going away?
a little bit, but I still think it is taboo. Still taboo. I mean, there are some female comics that's all they seem to talk about, like Amy Schumer. But I don't find her funny at all.
Yeah, guys are like maybe more opportunistic or aggressive.
But it's allowed. I mean, not so much anymore, but
It's tolerated.
it's tolerated.
You can't really catcall a girl. That's like a no-no for the most part. Like it's not accepted in societies for the most part.
No, but 20 years ago, it was. Like, I'll give you a terrible example. And it's horrible that I even have to think about this. But when I was 20, I worked at the city of St. Albert. And it was in the summer because I was working there in between university.
Yeah.
And it would start in May and go till September. But there was dudes who I worked with at the city who every day at 3 o'clock would drive by the high schools just to look at high school girls.
Yeah.
And like no one said how gross that was or how predatory that was.
Yeah.
It was just a big joke. But now something like that would never, ever fly.
No.
And like every single day at 3 or like 2:55, the city truck would drive by because two of the high schools were right next to each other.
Yeah.
So you would see this city truck drive by and slow down, staring at all the teenage girls.
Damn.
And like it was almost encouraged. Like it was a big joke. But now I mean, you would probably lose your job if you got busted doing that.
Yeah, they're catching a lot of predators on the internet nowadays.
Yeah, Chris Hansen.
Yeah, that guy.
What are you doing here? Why are you here?
Chris Hansen, yeah. There's a bunch of those guys.
But like, how dumb do you got to be to fall for that? I mean, like now, I'd assume that 90% of the people online claiming to be teenagers aren't teenagers. Because they want to catch one of the... And like you have all these people doing it themselves, all these creep catchers or... But like at what point are the creep catchers the creeps? Do you know what I mean? Like the wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. If I act...
Right.
Um,
Yeah, you're
and
kind
that-
of manipulating them.
Yeah, it defers attention. I'm guarantee you there's a bunch of people involved in creep catchers who are creeps themselves.
Really?
But it's the perfect place to hide.
Oh, shit. I never thought of that.
Well, yeah. It takes the heat off of them too, right? And
Damn.
like this way, they still get to interact with people pretending to be children or it gives them an outlet to pretend to be children themselves, only getting better at their true intentions.
Yeah. Some of them work with the police.
Totally.
Like, sometimes the police are the ones that are investigating.
Yeah, I mean, some of those Chris Hansen videos are the funniest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's sad because you see someone throwing their life away, but they knew what they were doing.
It's pretty
And
sad.
again, why would you interact with someone underage online? I mean, that's got to be your first thought. This isn't who they say they are. This is an adult.
Yeah, the internet is full of all kinds of scams. Like, I've been watching these Indian and Jamaican scammers who get, like, reverse scammed.
Yeah.
So then you got some hacker
Who knows their name?
who finds out where they are, finds their building, hacks into their security camera, and turns on the camera and is like, I can see you. You're wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah, I've seen those too. They're pretty entertaining. And then the scammer gets really upset and starts swearing or...
Yeah, those guys are pieces of shit, though. Like, they're taking people's life savings. A lot of
But how
elder.
much money do you think those guys make? Like, I guarantee you it's not very much.
I don't know, but some of the people that they trick are like elderly people that have no idea that they're not sending it to their bank. Like, they think they're actually interacting with a bank.
Yeah.
Or
Or
they
even,
end up sending.
they're using AI for that now, though. Like those scams where it looks like Elon Musk is talking, like, hello, I'm Elon Musk. And you think he's talking to you, but it's not real. He never said that. Like, there's a scam about some sort of AI that Elon's created, and you have to invest a certain amount of money.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I played along just for shits and gigs. But yeah, they're persistent. We'll keep calling you back, telling you that it's a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity.
Yeah. The crypto bros.
Crypto, AI chats, all, like, yeah, there's so many scams out there now.
Yeah, crypto's tough because it seems kind of like the stock market, investing. You know, there's ones that go up. You can buy the certain ones for pennies and wait till they go up, or you can invest in one of the better brand names and you can sit on it because it holds value. But unlike the stock market, there's no companies. So the stock market is actually based on the company and how it performs as a company. So it has more inherent value.
Yeah. Didn't think about it like that, but
But the way it's being, like, a lot of the way people talk about it now is, oh, you should be investing. And it's being used as one form of investing is crypto. But it's not exactly equal to the other forms of investing.
no, I don't think it's a very smart way to invest your money either.
Yeah. Some people call it gambling. That might not be completely accurate.
Well, did you make any money off crypto?
A little bit.
You did. Did you get on it early?
Yeah.
2015?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know what it was in 2015.
But it is a lot like gambling in that you're betting on things that are going to go up.
But aren't in your control.
Yeah, and you're not in control of it.
Like, look at that Hawk Tua scam.
Yeah, that was a rug pull.
Yeah, but she got rich.
I thought she got in trouble, didn't she?
I don't know, but she did get rich. I mean, I'm sure she's getting into trouble, but...
Yeah, she kind of got rich because of the clip of her that started everything. Then she started doing appearances.
And she started a podcast, too, called Talk to Ya.
Yeah.
But
I don't think she's getting rich off her podcast yet.
I don't think it's still a thing. But
She's not doing it?
no, I don't think so. But for a couple months, she was freaking everywhere, man.
Yeah, she was.
July and August, you couldn't get away. Everyone
That was a pretty good line. Like, for being in the street, wherever she was, she gets interviewed by some random YouTube guy that's just got a
But
mic.
if she was 300 pounds and had, like, not that cute southern lilt on her accent,
her
no one
looks,
cared.
her accent,
Her personality.
and then the line itself
Definitely.
was right place, right time.
It was just it was... And everyone knows who the Hawk Tua girl is. I mean, that's what celebrity is now. It's not what it used to be when we were young.
Right.
When we were in, you usually had to do something. You had to sing or dance or rap or act or ride a skateboard a certain way. But now it's like you see all those Toronto YouTubers who are huge. And they talk in that Toronto slang, which I just want to smash my head against the pavement when I hear that.
Right.
I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, celebrity's pretty wild. It's big business.
But it's changed. It's changed so much.
Yeah,
now,
it's
like,
changed.
these YouTube people are huge. Like City Boy JJ.
Yeah, or Twitch. Twitch is big now, too.
couldn't even really tell you what Twitch is. People
Twitch
playing
is
video
just
games?
live. It's all live.
Live video games.
Live everything. Live
Really?
talking. Yeah. There's a really big political guy. He's like well known for being a political commentator, and he's always doing live on Twitch. But the interesting thing is now all his political takes are getting reviewed, and people are noticing that like he has some really extreme positions that he takes sometimes. So sometimes he says that he's pro like terrorist groups,
Like pro-Palestine? Pro-Hamas?
pro Hamas or pro Hezbollah. So he's been getting a little bit of blowback because he's got hundreds and hundreds of hours of political commentary, and once in a while he says something extreme. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a tough job to be on live, being recorded live all the time, because you're probably gonna say something stupid
Definitely.
at some point. But yeah.
Well, that's the beauty in editing, right? Unless you're live.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the art form too of like you kind of have to be aware in the moment of what you're saying if you're not editing, because you have to self-edit, you have to self-censor
totally.
your art or whatever you call it.
But now there's so many factors that cause people distress. I mean,
I think this is why a lot of comedians don't like having their shows recorded, like they won't let you bring your cell phone in, is because they're worried that they might be saying something offensive once in a while, and if everything's being recorded.
I don't think it's that. I think they don't want the new material to get out there without them, you know what I mean, releasing it.
You think that's all it is?
I think a lot of it has to do with people working out new stuff, and then if someone's already taping it.
So they have such unique ideas that they don't want someone to steal
They just
their
not
amazingly
so much
unique
that.
idea.
They just don't
like
want to.
no one's ever thought of this amazing joke before.
Well, I mean, joke theft is a real thing.
Yeah.
Look at Amy Schumer's career. Look how many people she's ripped off.
Amy Schumer gets a hard rap as like the only joke stealer.
Brendan Schwab, there's another one. A guy who steals from Bill Burr. Like he's
Brendan,
so stupid
yeah.
with the people he steals from.
Who? Brendan?
Yeah.
He quit though. He's not even doing it anymore.
But that guy was given so much opportunity that he didn't have to work for. He was just handed specials and opening slot or headlining spots.
You can't entice me to make fun of Brendan Schaub. I make fun of Brendan Schaub by accident on my Reddit group. So I have to stop thinking about Brendan Schaub's problems. That's like one of my
I mean, I bet you
goals for
AI
him.
would make fun of Brendan Schaub. It's already 3:14. Let's keep going.
We might be wrapping up because I think we've done an hour.
Have we?
I think so. Let me check.
All right, and I'm still going to ask good old AI what it thinks of Mr. Brendan Schwab. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did do an hour, probably more.
We did an hour, folks. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, do you want to talk about today's sponsor?
Sponsor is Douglas Mattresses. Check out douglas.ca for a great mattress.
Is that the mattress you use?
Oh, yeah.
And how long have you had your mattress?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
And does it feel like it's the same as day one?
It's a great mattress. Still firm,
Where's it made?
comfortable. Edmonton.
Wow, Canadian.
Yeah. So check out douglas.ca, and we will catch you next time on the Straight Man
Hold
podcast.
on. One more thing. I'm going to ask AI to tell me a joke about Brendan Schwab. How do I spell his name? Schwab.
Schaub.
Schwab. No, I won't do it. AI, tell me a joke. About Bernard Shaw. Okay, I'm going to get rid of AI. Nope, no worries. Okay, well, I'll be back next week with some information about my new AI relationship.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a follow-up of sorts.
Yep. We'll let you know how the AI girlfriend experience is going. Later, folks.